The kicker, Jake Bates, has this one on the tee. He'll run up and send this one away here at Ford Field. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Jackson looking to throw right away. Rolling to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Now it's Jackson. That's going deep for Bateman. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT. To throw is Jackson. Now he's forced out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Jackson from the shotgun. That'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Now it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Throwing is Jackson. A check down here for Henry. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. Jackson now steps away. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson hooking up with Mark Andrews. And the Ravens get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Quite the drive there to get things started. They took up the bulk of the first quarter, and they end up in the end zone.
And I love your last point. Ended up in the end zone. Because a lot of teams like those long drives, especially to keep their offense off the field, right? Keep the ball away from them. But they finished it with a touchdown. That's the exclamation point. Now, flip it over defensively. They've got to slow that down somehow, right? Maybe they need to be a little more aggressive. Maybe a few more.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10. Right at the 30. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll go again with Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Here is 3rd and 5. Goff. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Gets around him. Jukes by again. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play that time on the catch and run. 33 yards.
How you leave a receiver of that caliber, that wide open on that play is absolutely beyond me. You've watched tape. You've gone over the scouting report. Your first move should be double or triple him and make sure someone else doesn't beat you.
Well, especially on third down. That's what's really baffling. And his throw is incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Now a play fake, and it's Goff. That is caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, 29 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away from taking the lead. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they called his number in this one.
So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that, Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2nd and 9 from the 44. Play action. It's Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Back to throw, Goff. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Lions.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Brings up second and 5 at the Ravens' 27-yard line.
Throwing again is Goff. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Goff now looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Gibbs. Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Just a gain of a yard in what all likelihood will be the final play of the 1st half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the 2nd half is underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the 3rd quarter will start from the 3rd. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the 2nd half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the 1st half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff sliding out of the pocket. Wright's got him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the 1st half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big 2nd half.
2nd down, and they go back to Gibbs. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Another run for Gibbs here. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Brock Wright, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. They're going to try and run. And he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. So they try to make it a two-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A two-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
They'll roll him out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. A third down now, and those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. They go play action now. Jackson looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on fourth down and 9. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown,